Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today, as you guys can see up on the screen, I wanted to talk a little bit about Appharvest Incorporated. This is ticker symbol APPH. And this stock got absolutely crushed today. This is down just under 29%, right about 28.9% on the day. Which is crazy. That is a huge drop, especially when, again, take a look at the broader market. This is not some giant market collapse everywhere. This is not, COVID 2.0. It's not, everything's not down 30%. It's a relatively stable, normal day for the market right now. And for a company to be down almost 30% in a single day, that's tough. That sucks. But it is kind of interesting to me how volatile some of these smaller cap stocks can be. If you were buying the dip on this thing, you could be up as much as, 17% even today if you actually believe in this company and you took this downward momentum as an overreaction or just an opportunity to buy the dip. But obviously there's a lot of people who are just down 30% today, and that definitely sucks. But we'll be talking about what happened, why this happened, and what the future might look like for APPH in this video today. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. We are so close to 900 subscribers, and that would be absolutely awesome to hit. But even more awesome would be 1,000. That is our ultimate goal. We can get there a little bit faster if you guys click that button. Thank you so much. With that being said, here we go. So it's been a crazy year for Appharvest. They peaked out a 52-week high of $42.90 in February, and to see that they are now sitting at $8.51, that is obviously a very far drop from some of these peaks. It's not the absolute peak, but from some of these peaks, it is a 77% drop, down 43% year to date. Just all kinds of crazy stuff. Not looking good for Appharvest. And the big reason why, they talk about in this article from Fool.com, this is the Motley Fool, why shares of Appharvest fell 29% today. The agriculture technological company dramatically reduced its sales outlook for the year, and that is something to keep in mind, that right now in this speculative crazy market driven off a lot of speculation, but also a projection of huge growth into the future, and kind of looking back on the COVID year and even early 2021, and not only just throwing those same numbers into the future, but throwing growth and just future explosions on top of those numbers has really overextended a lot of companies. It's overextended a lot of prices. There is definitely a lot of crazy valuations in this market. And then whenever companies miss earnings, whenever companies change guidance, whenever they scale things back, whenever we get to see the real numbers, you get to see minus 30% days like this one. So the key points here, again, is that the full 2021 year outlook was cut, but this author at least is saying that this shouldn't change the long-term story for Appharvest. So shares of Appharvest have fallen 29% as of the time that they wrote this article. The reason lies with the company's second quarter 2021 earnings update. There was plenty of information to unpack, but it led to the steep drop was the updated outlook for 2021, now set at between 7 to 9 million, as compared to 20 to 25 million before. That is not just some cut. That is an absolute they slashed it. Go from 20 to 25 to 7 to 9. That is a huge drop. And again, this is for a company that is not even profitable. So we're talking about a company who's already losing money, now losing millions and millions more. That is tough to swallow, and that is not something obviously investors and shareholders want to hear, and it's not something that they did want to hear, because they obviously reacted by selling off and crashing the stock price, at least in the short term. But like the author says, if you still believe in this stock in the long term, if you're in this for the next 5, 7, 10 years, the 2021 numbers shouldn't matter too much. And honestly, it could just be maybe an interesting opportunity to get to buy them on the low, which could be good, but maybe things are just going to keep getting worse. It's up to you guys to kind of decide that. So as a reminder, Appharvest is still a startup, and it isn't in full-blown farming operation. The slashing of annual guidance isn't going to make or break the company. Again, this is just the author's opinion here, because either way, it's going to operate at a loss this year. The loss was expected to be 48 to 52 million, and it's now looking like 70 to 75 million. That is quite the increase in loss. After the post earnings, Appharvest is now trading lower than it did before its SPAC merger, and is now valued at a market cap of around 800 million, as we said earlier. This author does say that the Appharvest new expectations are by design. The company wrapped up its growing season early so that it could integrate new learnings into its operation and invest in new farms. The company is also investing in the development of its TechCo subsidiary, developing controlled environment agriculture solutions to improve its own farms, and then later sell these solutions to other companies in the CEA industry. This guy says that in a nutshell, Appharvest wants to be like the Amazon Web Services of the agriculture industry, and he still believes that this is something very, very possible and still very, very attainable. And if you go off what this guy's saying, he is kind of hinting at this being an awesome opportunity to buy the dip in a company he believes in the future. But again, if you guys still believe in APPH for the future, then you should see days like this as a huge, massive buying opportunity. But if now that APPH has peeled back the layers a little bit, if you've been able to look inside these earnings, you've been able to look inside their numbers, inside their data, inside their fundamentals, and maybe you think some things have changed, maybe it's not what you think you were getting into, then, it's time to reevaluate some things. So I do think this is kind of interesting, but in the end, a lot of people decided that this was not for them anymore, obviously with this 30% sell-off in a single day. But at least now you guys know what's going on. Now you have a little bit of extra information to make your own decisions based off of for the future. Pretty much it for this one. Definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about APPH. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.